Okay, so we've created the these sort of countertop materials, the rough one and the smooth one, and now we're going to create one with a transparency map, and we're going to use the 3-form Raven thicket, and I've downloaded these already and saved them to my hard drive, so this is what we'll use. And so to create the material, we're going to go through the same process that we did before. You can go to your manage and materials. I'm going to type MT for the shortcut, and I'm going to come down to the bottom here and create a new material, and I'll right click on it and rename it and call it resin panel thicket, and it's Raven, so that's the, and then I can click OK. Or actually, before I click OK, I want to go ahead and update it. That would be good. So one of the things I can do is come in and start to fill in the identity. So I'll say resin panel. And if you look at the classes, you can come in, and this would maybe be a plastic. They don't really have resin, but I'll just pick plastic. And you can put comments in here and keywords if you want to. The manufacturer is 3-form, right? You can say the model is thicket Raven, and if you want to, you can paste the URL in here, right? And add other things. You can always update it later. And then the next thing, I'll go to the graphics and just use render appearance. And then I'll go to the appearance, and I want to add the image that I downloaded here. So it says no image selected, so I'll just click on that. And I'll go get the thicken 4x8 and click open, right? And first thing I want to do is adjust the size of this. So I'm going to go ahead and left click on this guy, and I'm going to link the texture transforms, so when I change this it will update other maps. And then I'm going to unlock the scale, and I know this is a 4-foot, right, by 8-foot sheet, so I'll put those guys in. So it puts it at the correct size, and I'll click done. And I'll leave it like this for right now, and I'll click OK. And then I'll apply it here just so I can look at it and see it. I'll put it in place of the water. So I'll type in resin, right, and pick that and click OK. And then click off of it, and you can see if I zoom in on it, you know, it's a little fuzzy. It's not great. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to open it in Photoshop. So let me close this guy. And if we go to that 4x8, the thicket 4x8, the default one, it's not very big. So if you zoom in on it, it's a little fuzzy, right? But I can go to my image and image size and maybe make it a little bigger. I'll make it like 750 here, and that takes it up to about 3.2 meg, and I'll click OK, and then I'll go to my filter, and I'm just going to use an Unsharp Mask here under sharpen, and it lets you do some adjustments on it, so you can see if you really want to get it super sharp or a little more blurry, you can do this. So I'll leave it kind of where it is. The radius again controls the pixels, so if I go all the way up, all the way down, kind of in the middle, right? And then the threshold, adjusting sort of the darkness of it. So get it about where you want it. You can click OK, and then I'll click File, Save As, so I can keep the original, and I'll save this as, I've already got a couple in here. I'll save this as 4x8 resize sharpened 2, and I'll save it and say yes, I want to overwrite the existing one, and then I'll minimize this and go back to Revit, and I'll open up my material, MT, the shortcut, and then I'll go to my appearance, and instead of the thicket 4x8, I'll pick on that and pick the sharpened and click open. And if I hit apply, you'll kind of see it sharpen up there a little bit. So you can do a little bit of work adjusting this guy, but you know, kind of get it the way you like it. And then if I make this guy taller, I'll zoom out a little bit. You'll see it repeat, but 4x8 is a pretty big size, so it's harder to see it repeat here, but it is repeating. In the vertical, it gets a little easier to see it repeat. Let me pull it up a little bit more. You can see it repeating right there, right? So just take that into consideration with things that you get. You can try adjusting it in the way that we did in the last one, but if you don't need to, you don't need to. So I'll just leave it as it is. And then when we come back, we'll put the transparency map on.